Hi everybody, I'm Cheryl Talley and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how to pot up your seedlings that you started a few weeks ago inside your home or your greenhouse. And I'm also going to share how you can start the acclimation process for your seedlings to be transplanted in the ground or in containers or perhaps in your greenhouse. There's some things that you can do to start right now to make that transition easier. So, okay, let's get started. Before you pot up your seedlings, you're going to have to determine what you're going to put them in as far as the soil is concerned. I use half homemade compost, and then I reuse the soil in the containers that I have grown during the year. So I put half compost and half reclaimed soil. And that's what's sitting in that tub right outside my back patio door because it's been raining a lot. So the first thing I'm going to do with that soil is to go through it carefully and also sanitize it with boiling water. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here and I'm going to pick out all of the pieces of compost that didn't break down yet. And then I'm going to sift it. And then I'm going to sanitize it with boiling water. I have my teapot on, and by the time I pick all through here and get the little roots and other living matter that didn't break down, then I will sanitize it with the water. The water should be boiling hot by then. Okay. This is what it looks like after I've sifted the potting mix. So you can see in this picture here, or actually this frame, that I made a big hole in the bottom of the compost and reclaimed potting mix that I put half and half. Anyway, when you are going through this compost, you want to make sure that you don't leave any roots or big particles of compost to break down, that didn't break down. And also go through it really good, guys, and make sure you don't have any earthworms. They weren't in this pot, but the one I did before, it had some of which I had saved it, but I wasn't videotaping at that time. So that well right there, that big old hole, this is where I'm going to put the boiling water. And I'll come back. So my water is hot. Yes, my water is hot. And it just dawned on me, I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think I'm going to do with this debris? That's right. It's going right back into the compost so it can break down. Okay, so now let's go over here to the pot. And yes, this is a cooking pot. It is raining outside. I'm just getting over a sinus infection. You might still hear it in my voice. Anyway, I'm not going out there in the rain. So I'm going to do this in my kitchen with my kitchen pots. And it won't matter because I'm a bleach girl. Do you know what a bleach girl is? A bleach girl is someone that ordinarily washes all of their dishes with a little bleach in the water. Okay, so the water is hot. I don't know if I can do this with one hand. If I feel like I'm gonna burn myself, you guys know I'm gonna put it down. Woo, it's heavy. So I'm gonna pour half of this teapot in the center of the pot. And then I'll start slowly mixing it up. That way I am sure to sanitize, everything in here. If I work in the center, so it's still really soupy. I'm gonna keep mixing it up, let it cool off, pull out any more debris because I see a few more pieces, and then I'll come back. When you do this, to make a good potting mix for you to pot up your seedlings, you gotta make sure that this is cool. It can't even be warm. because if it is, you're going to fry your seedlings that you work so hard to grow. Okay, you can still see that steam coming out that teapot. I forgot to tell you guys that I always add a little pure cold pressed neem oil. This will kill the net eggs or nets if they if they survive that boiling hot water, which I doubt, but I just do this anyway. I give it a little bit of extra protection. Now I'm going to mix it up real good. Okay, guys, I'm going to attempt to pot up at least one of these marigold cells. And it's still raining, and I don't want to go out in the rain. So what I did was I took some pots that I already have in my grow room that are already sanitized, and I just cut the tops off of them to make them a little bit smaller. I'm down to the last of my potty mix, and I just took up some moist soil and pressed it down just a little bit, and then with one hand I'm going to try to coax this marigold out, and I did. And I'm going to put it at the center, and since the mix is well moist, it's going to stay there. And now I'm going to go back into the pot and get some more potting mix. And then I'm just going to try my best with one hand to just put it around the sides. And I like to get my fingers messy. It has something to do with a childhood memory. I'll be 66 this summer. Maybe I'm trying to go back to my second childhood. I don't know, but I love the feel of the soil on my hands. We used to play in it, make mud pies and what have you when I was young. My sister and I and cousins. So I'm just lightly pressing that down. And then this is something that I do. I just take this Jiffy seed starting mix that I grew this in, and I just push away a little bit so that nutrients in this half potty mix and half, I'm lightly patting, the nutrients will be absorbed into the plant. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's how you pot up from a 6-pack cell. You just take one of the cells out and put some soil at the bottom, about an inch at the bottom. Put the plant in the middle, or as close to the middle as you can, and then press down when you get done to make sure that there are no air pockets, because air pockets will fill up with water when you do water your plants, even from the bottom, and it could cause a condition that is titled or called dampening off, and that's just wet, soggy roots that just die, and then the whole plant dies. Okay, so let's move on to another tip. After you have potted up your seedlings and you return them up under the grow lights, and you try to get the lights at least 2 inches away from them, now is the time to start the pre-acclamation process. And I do this by mimicking the wind with a small oscillating fan. So I'm going to keep the fan on the seedlings for at least an hour or two until I have rotated each shelf and the fan was able to be on all of the seedlings. I do it a row at a time. Then eventually you're going to take these seedlings outside and you're going to let Mother Nature allow them to get some wind. But you can start it now, because if you start early before you actually harden off your plants or acclimate your plants, what this will do is toughen them up. Okay, so it's been about 2 hours and I've moved the fan so that it can oscillate on my butter crunchy lettuce back there, as well as Armenian cucumbers and heirloom zinnias. And on this side, I have a lot of marigolds that I potted up, and some I'm waiting to still come up. And yeah, they're going to be super ready to go out to the greenhouse. With all of this wind, it is mimicking with all of this, let me say that again. With the fan that is mimicking the wind, it's going to be easy for them to adjust being outside. So this concludes my video today. If you haven't clicked the like button and subscribed, I hope you do so now. And I want you to know that I appreciate all of you all taking time out of your schedule to watch my video.
The end.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Bye now.